Hi everybody, welcome back to Bree's Books and Budgets. I am Bree. I'm going to talk to you about Readathons and my top 3 tips for Readathons. Whether you are participating in the Escape the Readathon, which is the Orange Cat Cruise this year hosted by Books with Lexi, or you have already participated in Readathon with Covers with Cassidy, or you're thinking about doing something in June and beyond. These tips will help you in your next Readathon, whether it's your first one, your second one, or your 50th one. Just things that I wish somebody had told me that I want to tell all of you. So, tip number 3 is do not compare your reading statistics to somebody else. If somebody is posting that they have read 50 books and we're about 2/3 of the way through the Readathon, do not feel bad about yourself. Do not compare your reading to them. Don't say, well, I read 5 to their 50. Should I really be participating? The answer to that is yes. You should still be participating because every book that you read and submit for your team, if it's competitive based, is worth the points. It's worth it. But what's even more worth it is that you picked up a book and read. How many people in your inner circle in real life read a book, let alone 5 in a month? Amazing, amazing achievement. So please do not compare yourself to others in the chat. Okay, tip number 2 is going to be, please do not feel like you need to keep up with the chat. Nobody can. Absolutely nobody can. If you are part of a Readathon that has Discord attached to it and you are in the Discord, you are going to get very overwhelmed if you try to keep up with every single message in every single chat. So I'm going to give you the top 4 areas, in my opinion, that you need to pay attention to in Discord for the Readathon. Number 1 is the announcements that are given by the person who is running and the creator of the Readathon. Those are important announcements because you will get, if there's been a prompt jump, if there has been a change in the rules, standings for the teams, all of that kind of information will be listed in that particular channel, and it's usually posted by the host. And if it's not by the host, it's by the moderators or the team captains that they have specifically given permission to go ahead and post in that area. So that's announcements number 1. Announcements number 2 is the ones that are specific to your team. So if you're doing something competitive based or team based, there's going to be an announcements section specifically for your team. Pay attention to that area because that means that there's something specific that the host of the Readathon wants you to know that only pertains to your team and your team only. So you need to know what's going on in there. So that's number 2. Area number 3 is frequently asked questions, and they are usually up near where the host posts their announcements. The reason why it's important that you pay attention there is because the people who should be responding are the moderators and the team hosts and the creator of the Readathon themselves. It is who they have appointed to answer questions on their behalf about the Readathon. And they will answer your questions. If they cannot answer the question because it has to do with a secret that is being held by the host that isn't ready to be revealed yet, they will let you know that. But I promise you, they are going to try to give you the most accurate information that they can in the frequently asked questions, as long as it doesn't give away any surprises that are coming up during the course of the Readathon. And my 4th area that I like to pay attention to is the polls section in the team chat. And the reason why I like to pay attention to that is because sometimes the hosts are saying to the team, hey team, we need your opinion. What strategy should we be doing? Should we be doing A, B, or C? Things like that. Just pay attention to those polls because they will help with your team strategy. Other than that, do not try to keep up with the chat. I myself, I try to go into the chat once during the day, probably about on my lunch break type of thing, maybe first thing in the morning, just to see what's going on, and then for a little bit at night before I go to bed. I am not in there hours upon hours upon hours. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to be able to get caught up with it. And I've got too many other things happening outside of the Readathon that I need to pay attention to as well. So that's my tip for the chats. Okay. So, my number one tip out of everything that you take away from these top 3 tips, this is my number one. Have fun. Have fun. All of my other tips have been leading up to this one. Have fun. That is the goal of a readathon. It is meant for you to have fun, maybe explore new books, meet new people through the Discord. If you see somebody in the Discord that has been chatting and you think you vibe with them, feel free to send them a message, a private message, and they'll respond. Most of the time, if you send somebody a private message, they will respond. They'll be like, hi, what's going on? Things like that. Don't be afraid to reach out and meet new people. But the most important thing is you have fun. Make sure the Discord remains a safe space for you. That's the other thing. If you are not having fun, if you feel like something is going on in the Discord that is not right, you feel like something is happening, send somebody a message, send a moderator a message, send a team leader a message. Send them a private message and saying, hey, this is what's going on in Discord, and I think a lot of people are getting upset. Because the goal of the Readathon is to have fun. And if they don't know that something's going wrong, because nobody can keep up with the chat 100%, they don't know what's going on. And I will tell you from personal experience, I've had it where the chat has gone and a lot of people have started getting frustrated and there was a little bit of fighting. I will tell you, a moderator and a host of that team came in so quick and shut that conversation down. They shut that thread down and they said, let's all take a break. Let's all take a step back because this is meant to be fun. It's meant to be fun, meet new people, have fun. Okay, so I am going to give you a bonus tip because this is the number one thing that I have heard from other people as well, because I've asked about this and they know my top 3 and they love my top 3. The other tip that I have is your to be read pile, your TBR. Do not stress out about it. If you happen to know some of the prompts, so for Escape, Lexi from Books with Lexi has been so generous and she has given us 6 of the prompts that we need to know for the Readathon. Absolutely awesome. So you can go into the Readathon going, okay, I have a pile of possibilities. I don't like it to be a TBR because to be read, it's a pile of possibilities. I have 6 books on my pile of possibilities and each one of those books coordinates with at least one of those 6 prompts that we know about. Okay, so that takes care of that one. And then you're like, well, what about all the other prompts? I don't know what they're going to be. What do I put on my TBR? Things like that. Stop. Do not stress yourself out. What you're going to do is you're going to wait for the prompts. You're going to see what it is, and you're going to look what you have. Look at what you have on your physical to be read pile. Look at what's on your bookshelves of books that you've read before that maybe you want to reread. Look through your Kindle Unlimited if you happen to have Kindle Unlimited. Use your library. Use your library. Get the audiobook. Borrow the book from a friend. Believe me, you do not want to stress yourself out of trying to figure out how many books to have on your TBR for this when you don't even have all the information. Use what you know. that has been publicly told to you before the readathon begins, and let yourself be open to whatever else is going to pop up, and you go, hey, I want to read that book. If you get a prompt that is something off the wall, like the cover has to have the color blue, red, and black, think about the possibilities of that. You never know what's going to happen. Or maybe it's you're going to read a book that is set in a different country. And on your TBR, you have a book that is set in London that you've been thinking about reading. And you're like, perfect opportunity. Let me pick that up. Don't stress yourself out. And if you have any questions as, hey, does this fit? There is a chat that says, does this count? It's there. And if you don't want to post it in that chat, post it in your team chat, because somebody is always around in the team chat, whether they're a moderator or team host. Somebody somewhere is always around and will have a recommendation for you. And I have gotten some of the best recommendations just by reading the chat for just a few minutes and seeing what people are posting, what they're reading for that particular prompt. It's awesome. It's a community, and it's all about fun. So I hope to see you in the Discord for some of the upcoming readathons that may be happening. And if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to leave them down below. And I hope you click, like, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Talk to you later. Bye!